Okay, Donna, the stream is live. You can make me the co-host.
All right. There you go. Hello.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Okay.
That's good.
The allergies are getting me.
Ooh,
I'm walking around with a roll of toilet paper because my nose and sneezing and constantly.
oh my God. I am an allergy sufferer and I feel your pain. I've had days like that. It's terrible. You just have to lock yourself inside because you're just a mess.
Eyes are half muted. I can't even open them up because you see, that's,
Yeah.
that's why I turned it off, because I'm looking like I'm squinting, like I'm trying to hear something. But I'm with you. I'm here with you.
I know it's allergy season right now. It's hard. It's beautiful seeing everything in bloom, but when you have allergies, you have mixed feelings about all those flowers.
I still love them.
I love them, but boy, I just think, ooh, I'm going to pay for this.
Yep, that's true.
That's for sure. Especially if you spend like a day outside. Oh my Lord. That gets you. Oh. All right, we got a few more people coming in and then we'll get started. Has anyone been converting any of their CDs? No, not yet.
Not yet.
Right. Not yet. Trying to figure out what to do, right?
Oh, I got a delivery.
All right, well, let's get started. I want to welcome everyone to Get Set Up. We're seniors teaching seniors about technology. We also have social hours. My name is Donna. I'm your guide for today. This class is about converting our music CDs into digital files. My name is Donna. I was in the IT industry for over 30 years. I enjoy helping people get over their fears of technology. And this session is being recorded. If you wish to get a copy of the recording, you can do so by emailing help@getsetup.io. And we are not paid to promote anything I'm going to mention to you today. This is really just for our own training and entertainment. Today, we're going to talk about why you might want to convert your CDs to digital files, what type of equipment you need if you're going to take on this type of a project, and how to get started. So, of course, the question I do have to ask is, has anyone done any converting yet? Some people know. I see people but you probably have a stack of CDs, right? Laying around. Well, there are options out there today that you can think about, and we're going to explore them. So why would you want to convert your CDs? Well, maybe ease of use. I know sometimes I think of a CD that I haven't listened to in ages. Oh, but then I'm like, well, is it, in this closet? Is it in this drawer? Because it seems like my CDs are all over the place. And then you give up. You just get a little too lazy to go get it. Or you have a newer laptop. Yeah, newer laptops don't have CD drives. So, yeah, I see Vicky's like, yep, me too. My laptop. No CD drive. So that's a problem. So now you got to connect an external CD drive. Or you just want to clear out the clutter. Maybe you just want to throw all the CDs in the garage or in the basement, go digital. Don't worry about it. Get it out of sight. You can have those options too. Or, maybe you have an extensive collection. You might have CDs that are not available on Spotify or some of these other music apps. You might not have that option to find this music, and you need to convert that collection. So first of all, I'll start with the equipment that's needed. You do need a CD drive that's going to be able to read these CDs. If you don't have it on your laptop, if you know someone that has an older laptop, that would be great if you could borrow it and use their laptop just to get that drive. Or you can order on the web. You can get these external CD drives that plug into the USB port of your laptop, and these drives, by the way, aren't just CD, they're DVD. So they are capable of reading both DVDs and CDs and burning both. It's not like the old days. Remember when it would burn CDs but not DVDs and all that? It's all together now. They're all multi-purpose, these tiny drives. So once you have your equipment in order, let's talk about the software. What do you need to really do this? We call this term CD ripping. And there are a lot of utility software out there that you can use to do this. You need something that's going to be able to read that CD disc and convert the music to MP3 files, because that's what you're looking at, is getting these MP3 files. If you use Apple Music and iTunes, is anyone doing iTunes or Apple Music? Yeah. So Kathy, you can rip CDs into iTunes. iTunes will see it when you enter your CD, and you can manage your files through Apple Music and iTunes. If you're a Windows person, you can put on iTunes if you dare. iTunes on Windows, I think it's gotten better than it used to. It used to be horrible back in the day. I lost a bunch of music, so I'm still tarnished on my iTunes, but today they do the MP3 format, so you shouldn't have to worry, but you can do iTunes with Windows. On all of our Windows machines, we do have a thing called Windows Media Player. It's just a basic player. It's been on Windows forever. So you can, and to find it, you just go down to the bottom of your screen. You'll see a type search here. You can just click on this and just type in Windows right here, Windows Media Player. Just type it in, it'll show up, and then you can click on it. And then I'm going to show you a utility. It's called Express Rip. It's a utility I've been using for years. It's just a utility that just rips the CDs. Just does the quick conversion for you. It depends on what you plan to do with these files. If you just want to turn them all into MP3 files for another use, maybe utility is easier. The Windows Media Player, let me show you what it looks like. This is Media Player. I can go under Music. If I click on Artist, you can see all the different artists I've put in here. If you want to listen to an album, you just have to click on the artist, and it will start playing the album. You can just hit the play over on the right side here to play it, and it will start playing. I'm sorry, at the bottom. Sorry, bottom of the screen, you got to play, and it will play through the album. It's a very simple player. It's not a lot of bells and whistles. Very it does the job. Let's just say it's a simple interface. You can play. You can rip the CD from Windows Media Player. iTunes. I do have iTunes for Windows on here. Again, you can see all the artists. If I click on albums, I can see the different albums that they have. The one problem I have with iTunes is getting the album art to show up is always difficult with iTunes. I think there's an extra step I have to do to get it to convert. But I can come in here and take a look at the different artists I have on here and the albums that I have loaded into my iTunes. And then there's ExpressRip. I mentioned that. There's other utilities too. This is just a utility. What happens? I'm gonna insert a CD right now into my CD player, and you can see what it looks like when it reads. So it's loading the CD, and there it is. It read what was on the CD, which is good. Sometimes, if you have a CD that, you remember K-Tel Records? Does anybody remember those guys? It was a compilation of a bunch of music. Sometimes those type of CDs, if they're compiled from an outside source, not from the original, say you have, like I have Patti LaBelle, if it's not from her regular record company, it might not be in the catalog. So you may get a CD, or if you have original music, something like that, what will happen is it'll come up and it'll say track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. If that happens to you, all you have to do is right click on the first track and you can rename it. So you can fix that. If you have a CD where it just shows track numbers and no name, you can just go ahead and look it up, either in the booklet that's in the CD or on the back. You can find what the name is, and you might have to type it in. That's the only thing. So some of the oddball stuff may not be in the catalog that they take. They get all this information from the internet, from a catalog system.
Donna, where do you find that Express one? I'm on the Windows and I put in Express and everything else came up. Photoshop.
Yeah, in the email at the end, I'll send you a link.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
To it, yeah. And it's free for non-commercial use. You can use it.
Okay, thank you.
And there's others. There's other things. I'm gonna try to keep it a little simple right now. We'll talk about things down the road here. But just to start out, to give you ideas of what you have probably right now on your system available to you to do this type of project. So this read the CD. I'm going to take a look at iTunes. iTunes knows that this is Flame, Patti LaBelle. It already sees that I put in a CD. So it gets a little confused. It's not too sure which one it is. So I will tell it, because it is Flame. So I'm going to tell it it's Flame, and I will hit OK. You can only rip. You can't start them all ripping at the same time. The CD player can only talk to one app at a time. So you can't, multitask. So that's ready to go. If I were in Windows Media Player, it sees my Windows Media Player. I went into under Organize, Options, and Rip Music. I told it that I have a music directory on my C drive. And it's the same directory that ExpressRip knows too. So they both know about the same directory. So you can see Flame, it already knows what the songs are. And if I wanted to rip directly, all I'd have to do is click on the Rip CD button over here. That's all you'd have to do. Just click Rip CD, and it's going to bring that CD into Windows Media Player. So you can see all three of these apps right now are ready. They're ready to go. Either one I can pick to rip this CD. You can't do them all at once, though. Too bad, because that'd be a great multitasking thing. But the CD, unfortunately, the CD drive can only talk. Only one software could be in control of it at a time. So I'm all, ready to go. Let's talk a little bit about, we've talked about the software that we need, the steps. Well, have their software ready that you want to do you're going to bring the CD in. You're going to put the CD in the drive. And then you should see the list of songs just like we see them. We saw Windows Media Player has the list ready. Express Rip is showing the files. It's ready to go. And then you can select your file type. Most likely you're going to do MP3. That's what most people are going to do. That's the standard to go digital. It's recognized by all MP3 players and software. Now, if you are someone who's into audio, you're an audiophile or whatever they call them, and you have expensive audio equipment, maybe you are you do some type of digital music or something like that. There is another format called FLAC, and FLAC is the near copy of the CD, as close as you can get from the original CD. They're larger files, but if you are someone that's going to be using these for other purposes, then you would probably want to look at that format. Otherwise, go with MP3 because that is across the board you're not going to run into any trouble. But just to let you people know that there is a second format. Our ears can't tell the difference really between FLAC and MP3 most likely. You do need to have really good sound equipment to hear the difference between them. And then you have to tell the app where is the music going? Where's your library? What folder is the music going into? And once you have it set, like if I'm ripping into iTunes or if I'm ripping into my Windows Media Player, I don't have to tell them every single time I go to rip a CD. They already know. I've already set it in the settings, and you're just going to go and rip it. It's just that first time you're going to have to tell them. And then you just click the start button to rip the CD. It usually takes 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes on average. I find iTunes takes a little bit longer to do it. So it might be a little over the 20 minutes. And then you can see the music showing up in your library. So I'm going to go to Express Rip just to show you what it looks like from here. It has the files are here. If you have a song you absolutely can't stand, you can uncheck it. It won't get brought over. I'm going to put for the genre R&B. Output folder. I have a Patti LaBelle out music folder here. It's found it. If it doesn't find it, you can click the browse on the right-hand corner of the screen and you can browse and find the folder that you want it to go into. Output format, again, MP3 is what you're going to be using, but there's a lot of output formats. If you are a person that is looking at doing other types of, you're moving it maybe to other apps or something, you're going to move the file into something else. It supports a lot of different file formats, but for most of us who are just going to listen to the music, MP3 is fine. And the encoder settings, I leave them default. Don't need to change those unless you're doing something special. So it looks pretty clean right here. I'm just going to click on the RIP CD button in the lower right-hand corner and let it go. You'll see the progress as it's going. It's starting with the first song. And as it finishes it, you will see it on the left side, the progress. We'll let it do this one and you'll get to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, Cindy, yeah, we can talk about using flash drives. Once you have your directory, if you set up a little music directory on your laptop, you can copy those files to external drives, to thumb drives. We're going to talk about using our phones with these files too, about ways to do that without having to use up all the storage on your phone. All right, so this one's almost done here. Oh, it already did one. Okay. So you can see there it's going right now. Now, if I look over here at Windows Media Player, it's going down also. It's keeping track. You can see this one's blue. It's still working on this one. So it'll take a little bit. We'll let it go. Any questions so far anyone has? All right.
I do, Donna.
Huh?
This is
Yep.
Vicki. Is the Express actually faster at ripping? Is that why it's called Express or not?
It is kind of fast. If you just want to sit there and just put, a bunch of music just into MP3 files, that can be handy. It's a personal taste too. I mean, you might find that Windows Media Player is fine. You can just stick it in and do it that way. Just
And
showing
when
you different options.
When you download to a folder, do you just download to a general music folder, or do you have yours set up by like categories of music?
Yeah, I'll show you right here. I just have it on my C drive. It's called music, and then I just have different artists. If they have multiple CDs, I may like we're doing Patti LaBelle right now. Oh, you know what? I didn't. I goofed on this one. I should have made a Flame directory. I didn't do it. You do have to give it a directory. But yeah, it's just, you can go ahead and do that type of thing if you want to. We'll do another one with Windows Media Player so you can see what that looks like. Pam asked if I save to my iTunes account on Dell computer, will it also save on my iTunes account on my iPhone? I don't, on iTunes, you have to copy it to your phone, don't you, on iTunes? Is it still that way? Is that Pam? Hi, Pam, go ahead, yeah. Go ahead, Pam, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself, lower left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. If I sit at my computer and upload, download, whatever, all this music onto my computer, how into iTunes, but I want to listen to it on my phone.
Yeah.
From my phone.
Right. My understanding with iTunes, it's been a while since I've used it with my phone, but you sync it. You plug it in your phone and you sync it to the app, and that will put it on your phone.
Okay, so I actually have to hook up my phone to the computer.
Yeah. Does anybody else know for sure on that one? I just haven't. That's how I remember doing it. I used to do it. But I'm going to talk about some other options too for iPhones, for iTunes, if you want.
To go directly to iPhone?
Yeah, to be able to, if you don't want to use iTunes. But I mean, if you want to use iTunes, I would say just go with iTunes.
Okay, I'll try
I haven't. Yeah, sorry. I haven't used it with I don't use it on my phone. Does anybody use the iTunes with their phone in the class here?
Basically, I do because I hook my phone up in my car.
Yeah.
And play, because I don't have a CD player in my car anymore.
Right.
So I want to pull it off my phone, or have my phone is synced to my car.
Your Bluetooth, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you sync your phone to iTunes first, right? And then you go out to your car.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Is do it that way. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it that way.
Thank you.
And any of us can put MP3 files on your phone and play them. You can do that. But the problem you run into is space.
Right. Exactly.
But do you subscribe to Apple Music at all by any chance?
I do not. I just,
okay.
I've thought about it, but it's another $12 a month or something.
I know it's like death by 1,000,
$5 a month things. Yes.
Exactly. $5 here, $9.99 here. It's like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, for sure. Between that and streaming on TV, yeah, that's.
I know, it's everything, death by 1,000 cuts, whatever they
Right.
call it, 1,000 knives. That's what it feels like. Because it does add up. So this one, ExpressRip has finished. Wants to know if I want to rip another one or anything like that. I'm going to close that out. If I look on my Windows Media Player, they will have Flame here now. So if I go under Artist, and I'm going to look, where's Patty? So here's the new, they didn't pick up the album cover, but here's Flame. Now it's over here. And I can play from Windows Media Player. So let's do one just right into Media Player. Let's see if you can see it. Different one here. Oh, TLC. Oh, they look so young on this one. They look like babies. I'm going to load that up. All right, so they've got TLC, R&B, 1991. I'm going to just click on the rip CD button and let it rip the CD right in. So now this gives you a nice graphic. You can see the little green bar that shows up there as it's doing it. So now it's doing that one. So while it's working on that, let's talk a little bit about, streaming the music to your smartphone. Because the way we're doing this right now, we're talking about listening to the music right on your laptop, right? And if you have great speakers on your laptop, that can be fun. I mean, I listen to music on my laptop all the time. But, you can do that. But, sometimes you do want to listen to it from your phone. So if you subscribe to Apple Music, you can upload up to 100,000 MP3 files to their servers with your iTunes app. That's like 8,000 something albums. It's a lot of albums. For people not using Apple Music or iTunes, you can go with your YouTube account. You can go to music.youtube.com and you can upload up to 100,000 MP3 files to YouTube. And you can stream it from there using their storage free of charge. You can listen on the go with that.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
But can you do the videos or is it only going to do the audio?
Just MP3.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just audio files.
Oh,
And then Cloud Beats is an app I found. There's probably some other ones out there too, where they use your cloud storage. So let me show you. Unfortunately, I can't show you Apple Music. I don't subscribe to it. But let's go to YouTube Music. You're going to get on your laptop and sign into your YouTube account. Click on your profile in the upper right-hand corner. Click on your profile dot, and then halfway down the menu, you should see Upload Music. You're going to click on Upload Music, and it's just going to bring a little pop-up here, and you can select the files you want to upload to YouTube. Now, once you do that, let me bring my phone up. I got to wake it up.
Donna, oh, never mind.
Okay. So I'm going to bring my phone up and I'm going to go to, it's YT Music is the app for YouTube Music. It's got the, kind of looks like a Target thing with a play button in the middle. You can click on it, open up YouTube. This is a regular music app, by the way, just like Spotify and Deezer, iHeartRadio, all of those.
is it free?
It's free, yeah. They have a premium. I mean, you're going to have ads and you're going to have limit like 5 or 6 skips an hour. The typical limitations you get when you don't pay for the app. But they have a whole big catalog of music and they have videos. They do videos and live performances because this is YouTube. So this has a little bit more than you would find on most of the music apps. Boy, that CD drive is loud. So yeah, so this is YouTube Music. They got playlists you can listen to, the whole thing, just like Spotify and everyone else is doing. Podcasts, I believe they have on here too. When you click on library in the lower right-hand corner and just go to click on albums, you're going to find two sections. The YT Music section would be albums you've added to your library from YouTube Music, the albums and stuff that you've checked or liked. But on the right side, there's an upload section. The upload section, that's the stuff you've uploaded in that free space they give you. So I've put on, I think this is Mary Chapin Carpenter. I put one of her albums up here, so I can listen to the music now through YouTube. So that's a way to do it if you want to listen to these albums. Questions about that? And no ads. Your uploads are, I believe, because I've listened to them. I don't remember hearing ads. So that's YouTube. That's the YouTube solution, which is nice because you're using their space. The other one to talk about is Cloudbeats. Now this software, I love their icon, the little cloud with the headset. Now there could be other ones now. I haven't looked for a while for this. There could be some other competitors too wandering around. You can do a search. But what this does, it's for both Apple people and Android. So this is in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. This is a good way to free up your space on your phone. Is you're going to take your MP3 files and you're going to copy them to your Google Drive, your iCloud, wherever you store, whatever cloud service you have that you store, you can move your files there. MP3 files are not that large, by the way. One song, on average, is about 8 megabytes, which is nothing today. So that's really, most Word documents or PowerPoints are way bigger than that. I mean, they are small files. So you just move them to your cloud storage, and then you tell an app like Cloudbeats where your cloud storage is, and they will pull the music from there. So this app, it's kind of funny how it works because the Android one is free. I haven't figured out. I'm sure there's some parts of it that's not free for Android. I haven't hit that yet. But for the iPhone, they have a light version that's free. And then they have the one-time purchase, which is only, I think it's $8. I think it's $7.99. So if you're an iPhone person, it's not bad. You can see, you can't, for instance, playlist, if you want to do playlists. If you want to download your files for offline use, that's another thing too. YouTube, you can offline the music onto your phone if you need to. If you're going to be somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, you could put your music on that way. Same thing with Cloudbeats. You're able to download with the Android, and if you buy it on the iOS side, you can download for offline use, which is a feature that's nice to have. Their free version for iPhone is ad-free. So it's ad-free, and you can listen to your music that way. Now let me show you what this looks like. It's the little cloud with the headphones. When you open up the app, it doesn't do anything else but this. So it's not a music app. It's not going to have playlists and all this stuff going on. It's not like the other apps. This is just an interface for you. You can look at the albums that you've put on. I put up a Madonna album here, I think it was. You can look under artist. Oh, I have 2 albums up here. Playlists that you may have created. I haven't created any playlists. And files. Under files, you add your cloud. You tell it. I have it on my Google Drive. So what I did on my Google Drive, I made a folder called Music. And when I wanted to put one of these albums up, I just copied the entire album up to my cloud, my Google Drive under Music. And then I was able to tell it what folder to go to. And then that's how it finds it. So this is, it's not fancy, but it does the job. And you can do playlists. You can make playlists off of your stuff that you have loaded. So this is another option that I found that you could try out.
Donna,
Questions? Yeah.
I have a question. This
Uh-huh.
is Vicky.
Hi, Vicki.
The Cloud Beats Lite, it says no downloads. Does that mean you can't put your own CDs on that one?
That means no downloads. Yeah, that means you can't do offline.
Okay, all right.
Like
But
say
you
you're
can
using
still-
cloud. Excuse me.
You can still put your CDs on there that you've ripped?
Yeah,
On the
it'll
light
still look
version?
for it. It's just that you won't be able to, because Cloud Beats, you're not using their space, you're using your space, your cloud space, right?
Okay. Thank you.
And by downloads, they mean, let's say you're going to take a trip and or maybe you're going to go hiking. You're not too sure you're going to have cell phone service, right? But you want to have some, tunes to listen to while you're hiking or whatever you're doing. So you offline them. They call it offlining. So you can have the music available to you without being attached to service. So that's what that is. And so with the free one, they won't let you do that part. So those are just some options here for people. Now, when you look at your CD collection, this is another thing to think about is, do you even want to do this? Some people might want to do it because it sounds like a fun project. It depends on if you're thinking, I don't have anything very special. There are, and I have a whole class on music apps where we talk about the different music apps. But just to give you an example, I have Spotify here to show you what this looks like. It's an app you can download. This is the web player on your laptop. When you're looking at a music app like this, I'm using it for free. So I have ads. So when you play any of the music, you're going to get, every 4 songs or so, there'll be an ad. And one thing they do that I do like is they'll have you listen to a 30-second ad, and then they give you 30 minutes ad free. That's kind of nice. When you're out for a walk, you can, if you time it right, you can have 30 minutes ad free. When you're looking at these kind of apps, you can select music. Like if, say, I want R&B, I can click on the R&B here, and they show you playlists. I have a class on how to create playlists too, because all the music is streamed now. Everything's about streaming, and everything's grouped into themes and playlists. And when you look at one of these, for instance, if I click on this, you'll see this playlist. I can hit play, and I can listen to all the music in this playlist. We'll play. But let's say, you're an album kind of person, right? Because you're used to having your CDs. You could come on Spotify and look up your CDs to see if they're available. If you don't mind having ads, then you can just listen to Spotify or iHeartRadio or any of these apps. Spotify has like 70 million songs in their catalog. I mean, it's a lot of music. Let's say I put in Tina Turner. This is kind of a fun exercise to do anyways, because it's amazing how many albums some of these people have put out. So we've got Tina Turner. She's going to be in a lot of playlists. Her music's so popular. They'll show you the playlist that she's showing up in there, but they show you here's all the playlists, but they show albums. If I click on see all on the right, this is going to show all of Tina Turner's albums. I mean, she had that. Probably you're going to recognize some of these. Some of you probably are like, oh, yeah, I remember that album. And then there's some albums I'm like, I don't remember that album. And she's got a ton of them here. So any of these albums, it's still going. It's pretty amazing. So you can see all the albums. And if there's an album you see, like, let's see, Break Every Rule, you could just hit play and you can hear the entire album. It will have ads because unless you pay Spotify $10 a month, $10 a month will get rid of the ads. It'll give you unlimited skips. They'll give you about, I think, five skips an hour. Skip meaning if you hit a song you don't like, you hit that on the bottom of my screen, when you hit the play button. When you hit that fast forward button, that's skipping. You'll skip to just like when you used to listen to CDs and you hit that fast forward button, it skips it to the next track. That's the same thing. That's what skips are. So they'll give you a limited amount of skips and then you'll have the ads. You can't offline music. You'd have to pay the $10 a month to offline, but they let you do playlists and everything like that. So this could be an option for some people. It comes down to how much do you listen to music? It might be worth you to convert them because maybe you say, hey, I really hate ads. I don't want to listen to ads. So then maybe you should convert your CDs into, to digital files. Then you won't have to worry about ads. If you're not bothered by it, I mean, this is another option. Sandra?
Yes, I downloaded the Cloud Beats from Google Play Store.
Did you?
It says allow Cloud Beats to assess your photos, media, and files on your device. Is that necessary?
You could say no and see if it still works. See if it lets you add the cloud. You could do that.
It said permission denied, and it cut it off.
Oh, now they have to say yes.
Okay.
You can always go back to app permissions and you can fix that later on your phone. You could play around. You could see what you can fix.
All right.
There is a pro. Even on mine, I can see upgrade to pro. So for me, it gives me offline without internet. So I'd have to do to offline. Looks like I have to go to pro. Streaming to a Chromecast device, unlimited number of connected clouds. See, I can only do one cloud on the free version for Android. And FLAC support, that's another thing. If you're a FLAC person, we talked about that earlier. That's very like high resolution here, audio. It's the best way to describe it. Yeah, so you'll have these. So that's just to give you ideas of ways you could go with this. Some people have very specific, have very unique CDs. You may, if you buy CDs from local bands or, some people have a lot of very specific things. It may or may not be on Spotify or any of these. I mean, they have a lot of songs, but at the same time, there's a lot of music that is not going to be showing up on Spotify. It really depends on the type of collection you have. So anyone have any thoughts, questions?
On the when I allowed it, all it did was pull up the music I already had on my phone.
Oh, really? That's interesting because it didn't do that on mine. It didn't pull up
everything that I have, even on
are you on an iPhone?
It's yeah.
Oh,
well,
that's
really iPhone. It's i12. It's really Android, but they made it like an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
It's called 12i, but it's not
12i.
an iPhone.
Oh, it's a Samsung. Is it a Samsung?
No, it's not a Samsung.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see what it is. I don't know. It's just a phone that it's like a knockoff from the blue phones. I bought it from Amazon. and they called it a 12i Pro.
Kind of like the Google Pixel looks. Google Pixels look a little bit like iPhones.
Okay, well, that's a Google. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. As I say, Google Pixels, they actually look more like an iPhone than they do
It does,
on
because it has
Android.
the 4 cameras and everything, just like it. But why would it pull up all my stuff that I had?
Yeah, I don't know. I when I installed it, it didn't, because I have a Motorola, so it could be just different. And it could be the version of Android I'm on. That's another thing. We might be on different
Okay.
versions. So, or maybe they have a different version now of CloudBeats. I don't know. I put mine on quite a while ago on my
I put
phone.
it on so I can get the audio books from CloudBook.
Oh, okay. You're looking for that.
But I don't know how to get to that because it only has my files.
Yeah, because it looks like it's just for iOS. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, something to play with. And you could do some searches too, Sandra, on the web. There might be, I've had this on my phone for a while now. So there could be other people that are doing this type of thing. You could Google connecting MP3 files to cloud or something like that and see what other, or Google applications like CloudBeats.
Okay.
something-
So if I delete
something like
the CloudBeats, if I take it off the phone, will all of my stuff go with them or what?
No, you should just be able to install the app.
Just uninstall. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Yes, if I have my music on a CD, do I then transfer it to my computer? Can I then transfer it to a flash drive?
You can just copy it over to your flash drive. Put it in whatever other device you're going to read it from. It could be a laptop. It could be whatever takes, can read it.
Okay,
Anything
thank you.
anything that can read MP3 files will be able to read them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm assuming if you have a streaming device for your TV, you should be able to stream them onto your TV, like
Yeah.
through YouTube or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You could do it through YouTube. You could
That'd be kind of
cast-
nice. You could have them phone, computer, television. I mean, you'd have.
Yeah, you
several.
could probably, I would think you could cast it from your phone.
Well, that's true.
You could cast it probably and play off that. There's so many options now. It's like, oh man. So many different ways to go. And they keep coming up with new things all the time. Oh, and speaking of new things, when in this email for this class, I include some links to like alternatives for Mac people, alternatives to iTunes. Another link is a listing of different types of MP3 file managers. Like as an example, there's this one called MusicBee, the ultimate music manager and player. It has the circles, the bubbles like iTunes does. Looks like it's a mix between iTunes and Windows Media Player. But these are more, they have more features to them. If you really get into this, organizing your files, you can get into these type of things. They're not free. I mean, some might be free, some might not be. But to show you that there's this other world of these apps. I mean, MP3 files have been around a long time. So there's a lot of, this app here can sync with your devices. It's got Groove Music support. Groove Music is, actually it's part of Windows. It can rip the CDs and tag them. Tagging is having all that information in the catalog about the title of the song, the artist, the year, the genre, all those type of things. So this just to give you an example of what one of these look like. You'll get an article that lists, I think, 10 of them, something like that. Just different utilities that deal with MP3. So you can take a look at some of these if you want. We looked at music, Windows Media Player is very basic. It's not fancy. Does the job. But, you can move up to something like this if you find that, Music Media Player or iTunes doesn't quite cut it for you. There are options out there that you can do. It also, this one, like for instance, I'm just reading in the small print here. It says MusicBee makes it easy to manage, find, and play music files on your computer. It also supports podcasts, web radio stations, and SoundCloud integration. So it does a lot more than just what something like iTunes or Windows Media Player does. So you can, check some of these out if you desire. All right. Any other questions we have here? Now, who's thinking of still? Are you still going to do the conversion, or are you still thinking about it? It's not. Don't be too overwhelmed by it, because you really have. Windows Media Player will do it all for you. You can just start with that.
I have some unusual CDs, so I'm going to at least rip those, so I at least have copies of them, and when I travel, I got them with me.
Yeah, and I think if you have really unusual things that really can't be replaced, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend that you, when you have them ripped into make copies. Take
Yes,
that,
backup.
make sure you back it up to an external drive or something. Because if you do play around with some of these apps, because they're going to go into your library, and if something gets messed up, you're going to, it's good. Be good to have a copy somewhere that doesn't get affected by anything you try or install.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, backups are always good to have.
Always good to have. I'm still tarnished by iTunes toasting my music collection 30 years ago. I'm still not over that. Well, actually, it was probably 20 years ago. I had a Windows machine die on me, and I never was able to get iTunes going on the next machine I had. I could not get that. And then that back then they didn't do MP3. They did that special formatting that they used. I can't remember what they called it, but what a mess. So yeah. So always make a backup, especially if you have stuff that, music performances and stuff like that, anything, special bands, things that you can't find on Spotify or other places. Definitely. Especially after you've done all that work.
It seems like the Windows Media Player seemed easier to use than the iTunes to download this stuff. I mean, that's my impression. Am I correct?
Well, the iTunes, what just pops up and says, is this the CD you want to do? And then it will do it.
Okay. So it doesn't
I'll
matter
put
which one I use.
The thing with, sorry, I'm getting ready to sneeze. The thing with iTunes, excuse me. The thing with iTunes is it doesn't always pick up the album cover art. You have to do an extra step with that to get it to do the artwork.
Okay.
So
I think I can live with that.
Yeah, if you can live with it. So you can try them out. You can try them individually. See what, do a few rips in one and the other and see which one you like.
Okay.
Try actually using it, playing the music and, using it and see which one you prefer. Because they're free, both are available for download.
Mm-hmm.
And the Windows, if you have Windows, you should have Windows Media Player on the already sitting on your PC. So you could start playing with it now.
Yeah, the Windows Media Player, I've been ripping mine through that. And when the album cover doesn't show, there's just an extra step that you click on the album cover, right click on it, and it will tell you, it will search the net for it.
Oh, good. That's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, so you can do it that way. All right. Well,
Okay,
I want to thank. Oh, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, this is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
And can I put my albums on both Windows Media Player and iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go in. Like right now, my iTunes, I have it separate Because, you could have it, you could have them share the same, directories if you want, folders, or you can have them separated, either way you want to do it. They just can't be doing the same thing at the same time. You can't burn at the same time, one is going to do it and then the other. But yeah,
Okay.
you can use both. You can try them out and see which one works the best for you, because they're both using MP3 files. So they can read the same, it's not like the old days when iTunes was using their own special format.
Okay, and then for me to put it on my flash drive, then I just right click and say go to flash drive or whatever.
You just like, for instance, if like you just open up are you on a Windows? You can just go into your file manager and right click and just copy the folder right to your flash drive that shows up on your laptop. You know how when you plug in your flash drive, it shows up as drive D or E something.
Right.
Yeah. So you would open that up, and then you can just right click on whatever folder you want to copy, click on copy, and then paste it over to the drive. Does that make it clear?
Yeah, I think I know
Yeah.
what to do. I just have to do it right now. I'm
Yeah.
on my iPhone traveling, so.
Right. Yeah. Just do it when you get home. Because they're just files. They're just the MP3 files. Like I can show you. Let me go back in here real quick. I open up my C drive. I've got, I just have a little music directory here, and they're all right here. And if I look at any of these are just they're just MP3 files. They're nothing, just small little files. If I right click on one of these, I can, copy it, I can delete it, rename it. And they're all about, let's see how big, 8 megs, roughly, the size of them. So if I copied this entire folder, it would copy that whole album over to wherever I wanted to put it. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for coming today. I hope this was helpful for you and working on your CD collection, getting things cleaned out. Get to enjoy your music a little bit more. I have another class called Music Apps, how to listen to your favorite music. If you want to get up to speed on what the current music apps are, how to use them, what type of pricing they have, that type of thing, that's a good class to check out. We also have a class on creating playlists. We use Spotify as an example. We also take a look at some of the other music apps, so you can learn how to make your own playlist in these apps. You get an email at the end of this class with the feedback form. You can go ahead and fill out the feedback for the class. You can put in class ideas if you have something like that. You can invite friends now to the classes, so maybe you can get a friend to join the class with you. If you're on a mobile, you'll see a little button to invite a friend. You can invite, you can select Facebook or email. On the desktop, another button here, you can invite people through email to come and join the class. They'll get the link to the class. You can also use our all-purpose email, help@getsetup.io. If you want to host, if you have an interest in art, music, anything like that, let us know. Maybe you can join the community and start your own little interest group or something on something that interests you that you would like to share with the community. Let us know at help@getsetup.io. You can suggest new classes. Or if you have an organization that you think might be able to use our services and want to partner with us, we will definitely call them up and talk to them about that. And you can always request session recordings. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you next time. Thank you for supporting Get Set Up, everyone, and take care.
Thanks, Donna.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.